Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Moore.
Thank you, Bill Wendell. Thanks, everybody. Good to have you back with us. I'm sure you're all familiar with the story of My Fair Lady. You saw it on the stage, or you saw it in the picture, where Rex Harrison, as a speech teacher, took Julie Andrews, a poor flower girl, and made her into a society belle merely by changing the way that she spoke. Well, today we have a real-life Professor Higgins on the show, who has taught some of the most important individuals in our country how to speak properly and correctly. And we will meet her as soon as I welcome our ladies and gentlemen of this here in our program.
Bill Cullen. Kenny Carlisle. Joe Garagiola. And Peggy Cass.
Do you all believe, as Henry Higgins, Professor Henry Higgins, believe that a person is the victim of his speech?
Yes, I do.
In other words, if you learn to speak correctly, you will progress more rapidly?
Yes, and you'll have a better life.
If I learned to speak correctly, I'd probably be out of work.
That ain't necessarily true.
Yeah.
It ain't necessarily true.
It really isn't. Can I get time for a quickie?
Yeah.
Lady called me and she said, you always drop your INGs. You always say throwing, running, kicking. I said, you're right. I wish I could talk better. But if I say running, kicking, and throwing, I ain't going to be working.
I remember one time, for some reason or other, when I was with Jimmy Durante, I corrected him on a word, which is dumb to do because part of his charm, you know, is the way he speaks. He said, I'm on the horns of a dilemma. And I said, Jim, it's not dilemma, it's dilemma. He says, go ahead, educate me, we'll both be out of work. And he was exactly right. Now let us meet a spectacular speech teacher.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Maxida von Hess.
Number two.
My name is Maxida von Hess.
Number three.
My name is Maxida von Hess.
And here are the pear-shaped paragraphs of Maxida von Hess. She says, I, Maxida von Hess, am a speech teacher, and I specialize in perfecting the styles of business executives, political figures, and just plain people. Politicians especially need my services. I have cured diction difficulties, voice placement problems, and platform nerves for dozens of governors, congressmen, and senators, and hundreds of mayors and state legislators. At one time, I coached ex-Governor Nelson Rockefeller. I never favor one political party over another, but I do refuse to coach two candidates from opposing parties within a single state. You might say that I was born into my profession. My mother coached Mrs. Eleanor Roosevelt in the art of speech making. And the result, Mrs. Roosevelt's voice was lowered one full octave. Signed, Maxida von Hess. And this should be an interesting thing to find out about, but we can't do it until we've heard from our sponsors, and that'll be right now.
Tired of losing in life? Now BUZZR brings you Better Living Through Advertising. Learn how to shave a peach, breathe on a mirror, cure that migraine, and become friends with your mother-in-law again. Vintage game shows with cool commercials left in. Tonight, starting at 4, only on BUZZR.
All right, friends, next up we have 3 guests, all saying that they are Maxida Von Hess, who teaches the high and mighty the correct way to talk. And let's begin the question with a fellow who speaks pure St. Louisan, Joe Garagiola.
Number 3 talks about perfecting the styles of business executives. As far as you're concerned, what should be the proper style of a business executive in speaking?
He should speak with ease and poise and skill.
Number 1, what is the most common fault you found among politicians in their public speeches?
Stammering to some degree, of not being sure exactly what they want to say and not being effectively doing that.
Number 3, if I'm making a speech and my hands are quivering and my stomach's got a hockey game going, what do you tell me to do?
Number 3.
Number 3, yes.
Breath control. Poised voice comes from a poised body.
Number 2, what would you tell me?
I would tell you exactly the same thing.
Number...
I'd tell you to take 2 aspirin, lie down for half an hour, and try again. Peggy?
Number 3, do you travel to the candidates, or do the candidates travel to you?
They travel to me.
Well, now, number 1, for instance, do you ever coach people from the state of California?
Yes.
And you would go all the way out there?
No, they come to my studio.
Gee, that's a lot of time out of a campaign. Now, number 2, when somebody's going to deliver a speech, do you look at the speech to make sure that it's, that it's effective, the speech itself, or just the way they say it?
No, I look at their speech, and I also advise them to have an opening and a close, but the meat of the speech to deliver off the cuff, so to speak.
Thank you. Now, number 3, if you had a person running for office from Louisiana, you surely would not try to remove the southern speech patterns from his voice, would you?
Not if he was running for a Louisiana office.
That's what I figured. Now, number 1, who wrote a book called Standard American Speech? It might be out of print. It was when I was in dramatic school we used it.
I believe it was Elizabeth Ferguson.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peggy. We're going to go down to Bill Cullen.
We were talking with Kitty, and she claims that everybody can and should be improved as far as their speech is to get it as good as it can possibly be. Number 2, are there not some instances, political instances, at lower office levels where it would hurt someone to speak unlike their constituents?
It certainly would.
Number 3, Mayor LaGuardia spoke very much like the average everyday New Yorker, I would imagine, as I recall. Do you think he would have been more successful or successful more quickly if he had spoken Oxfordian, for instance?
I think he would have been more revered. If you remember, we ridiculed him. And his tongue was the size and shape of a filet mignon steak. So he mumbled.
Number 2, I've frequently heard it said that Pittsburghers are not the world's greatest elocutionists. Do you hold with that? You go along with that?
No, I would say Boston probably ranks as being the worst elocutioners.
Thank you, number 2. Let's vote for number 2. I hear it. Thank you, number 2.
Nice.
There'll be a brief pause.
I talk good, you talk bad.
Crosses the stage and punches number 2 in the nose. That's all right, Peggy. Whatever you're going to... Yes, my dear.
I think we speak peachy up there compared to most people.
I do too. I do too.
The rest of us are strange. You're right.
No, the thing is that Boston has lovely speech. It's well known for that.
Let us go, please, to Kitty Carlisle.
Well, I'm anxious to ask number 3 how she knew that Mr. LaGuardia's tongue was the size and shape of a piece of filet mignon.
Because I remember him reading the comics on radio.
Did he stick his tongue out?
No, you only had to listen to know what he was doing.
Number 1, I think Governor Rockefeller speaks very well. What on earth did you teach him?
Well, excuse me, at first we tried to do away with some of the nasal habits that he had formed, but we found that was not a success. It was so ingrained in his speech that it was hard to do anything about.
I think it's just Jim Dandy, the way Peggy's is. Number 2, do you use physical aids to help people improve their speech?
Except for breathing exercises. No, you mean do we use some sort of a physical? No.
Yeah, do you use like...
Marbles or something of that nature? No.
Uh-huh. And number 3, when these people come to you, how long does it take you to teach the average person? As Peggy says, there's a lot of time out of a campaign to come to New York. How long do you think you have to have?
Barring physical deformity, you can teach anyone to speak well within for the foundation in 6 weeks.
And number 2?
Oh,
Find out what
my.
our best
I'm
people
sorry
was.
we don't have any further time for questions, but that's the way it goes. We'll have to vote for number 1 or number 2 or number 3. And we pay $50 for each wrong guess. We pay $500 if nobody comes up with the right teacher. And Joe Garagiola, please.
I voted for number 3 because, well, when she started talking about Mary LaGuardia with a filet mignon tongue, I figured you got to be a speech teacher to get away with that. So I voted for her.
All right, so you got a 3. And Peg.
Well, I obviously didn't vote for number 2 because her information is so rotten that I couldn't vote for her. Number 1 was very dear, but the thing is, number 3, my dear, would have told Demosthenes to keep those pebbles in his mouth. I think it's she.
We got a pair of 3s, and down to Bill Cullen.
Well, that's all very true. I was really, well, I just thought it had to be number 3 because of what she said of Mary LaGuardia, but then finally I thought, no, it's just possible that lady is a Republican. And for that reason, I voted for number 2, who spoke up for Pittsburgh.
All right, so we got 1 vote in the middle, and Kitty, where are you going?
Oh, I had to go for number 3 because number 3 looks like every speech teacher I ever had and sounds like it.
Okay, again, we have 1 maverick in the bunch. In this case, it's Bill Cullen. The votes are in. Will the real Maxida von Hess please stand up? And thank you, Ms. Van Hess. Be back to you in a moment. Number 1, please. Would you tell us about you, what your name is, and what you do?
I'm Margaret Merrills. I'm from down in Clarksburg, West Virginia. I currently collect and exhibit antique hats.
Oh, there now. And number 2, how about yourself?
My name is Joan King. I'm a public relations consultant, and I specialize in food product publicity.
Ms. Van Hess, you have given us a great deal of joy today. You've also made us terribly self-conscious for the rest of the show. We will all speak very properly and See, I can't say. We're going to do all right. And thank you very much for being with us, Ms. Van Hess. Now, our next guest has a great deal of knowledge on what has often been called the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. And we'll give you a couple of minutes to figure out what you think are the 2 most exciting minutes in sports. Be right back. Well, I imagine that you've come up with lots of different answers as to what are the 2 most exciting minutes in sports. Maybe different answers, but to give you a strong clue to the answer, take a look at this bit of film, if you will. And the answer, of course, is the Kentucky Derby. Now, if you were a race caller and had some expertise, or if you had a very strong pair of binoculars, you would notice that the last horse in that group, the last one, is Secretariat. At least he was when I first said that, but he's beginning to move up now. Shecky Green is in the lead. Shecky Green being the improbable name of the horse. And Shecky Green is leading, but now here as they come around the turn at the Derby, you begin to see Secretariat making his bid. And he's coming on strong, no hesitation. And he pushes himself out front just about at this time, and he stays there with a great deal of authority. A magnificent piece of horse flesh, and there he goes over the line, winner of the Kentucky Derby. Beautiful horse. And now let's meet a man who is a Derby devotee.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Peter Chu.
Number 2.
My name is Peter Chu.
Number 3.
My name is Peter Chu.
And here's a whole lot of stuff that Peter Chu has to tell you about the Kentucky Derby that maybe you didn't know. It says here, I, Peter Chu, have written a book on the history of America's greatest horse race. Titled The Kentucky Derby, The First 100 Years, I illuminate the reasons why nearly every breeder, owner, trainer, and jockey would rather win the Run for the Roses than all the other flat races combined. Such is the magic of this event that one gentleman tried to bet his home, his land, and his horses on the outcome of one Derby. In my book, I recount the extraordinary Bad Dream Derby, and I explain why the Fabulous Man of War did not compete in the Derby of 1920. Oh, and by the way, for whatever it's worth, I would like to point out that of all the horses that competed in the first 100 Kentucky Derbies, only one winner was a filly. Signed, Peter Chu. Does that shock you, Peggy Cass, that only one winner was a filly?
No, but number 1, who was the filly? It's my turn, right?
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, who was the filly that won?
The filly's name was Regret in 1915.
Thank you. Number 3, what horse is nicknamed Big Red?
What horse's nickname was
Yeah,
that?
they called him Big Red.
Oh, Big Red. Oh, Man of War, of course.
Thank you. Number 2, who wanted to bet that much land and horses on the Derby?
That was Colonel Bradley.
Oh, well, now, would he have been right?
Well, he was such a sure gambler that no one wanted to take him on, and I think that's why the bet didn't go through. He couldn't find anyone to match him.
Do you know whether he had the winner?
It was bubbling over, I believe.
Thank you. Number 1, why do they allow so many people in the infield? I look at the Kentucky Derby, and there's always mobs in the infield.
The major reason is because the seating in the stands is only, about 40,000, 43,000.
But can you see the race from the infield?
You can.
We've got a buzzer there. We're going down to Bill Cullen.
Number 3, how long has there been mythical or whatever, Triple Crown?
Well, let's see, 1919, I believe, was the first one. It's a publicity gimmick, as you probably know.
Number 1, in the years of racing since the Kentucky Derby, which has been running how many years now? The 100th?
The 100th.
It's the 100th anniversary. How many horses have won the Triple Crown?
9.
And number 2, I will ask you, when was it possible to begin winning the Triple Crown? In other words, again, how long has the Triple Crown per se been in existence?
I think it's retroactive, but it goes back to 1919, Sir Barton.
Number 1, what did you do before you wrote this book? In other words, how did you learn about racing? What was your...
Well, I'd really been brought up on it. I learned it as a child. I rode somewhat. I sort of got fascinated.
Thank you, Bill. Kitty Carlisle.
Number 3, I'll ask you the same question. How did you get interested?
Well, I lived on a farm as a child in Virginia, and I just loved horses and followed it, off and on ever since.
Yes. Number 2, was the Derby in Kentucky named for the Derby in England, or vice versa?
Yes and no. Its roots is in the English Derby, but the Churchill... Lewis, when he set this thing up at Churchill Downs, it was called the Derby by the sports writers.
Thank you. Number 1, is the Derby the one that everybody wants to win more because of glamour, or is it the one that pays the most money to the owner?
It's not the most expensive race to win.
It isn't.
No.
Thank you. Number 3, whatever happened to Secretariat?
Oh, all righty. We're going to go to Joe Garriziola.
Number one, what is a Triple Crown? It's a basic question. Triple Crown.
Well, it's the Derby. The second is the Preakness. And the third is the Belmont Stakes. The winner of those 3.
Number 3, which of the races is the longest?
The Belmont Stakes.
Number 2, you run for the Roses at Louisville. What happens at the Preakness?
Run for the Black-Eyed Susans.
Number 1, are they really Black-Eyed Susans?
No, they're plastic.
I was asked number 1, but number 2 answered it. That's okay.
Sorry.
Pardon?
State Flower.
State Flower. The winner of the Preakness this year was Little Current, right?
That's correct.
Who owned him, number 3?
Darby Dan Farm.
Number 2, was there ever a big tragedy or disaster or catastrophe at Louisville in the Churchill Downs?
There have been quite a few. And of course, just this in the last running, you had Flip Sal, broke his leg. You've had, of course, the famous reversal of the 1968.
Thank you. That's enough. You're pretty good. Number. All right. We got a bell, gentlemen. The race is over. You must mark your ballots. And who do you think? Is it number 1? Or is it number 2? Or is it number 3? Peggy has an opinion. Down. Well, what is it?
I thought they were all really good, and it's true about number 2 knew everything. But there's certain kinds of fellas you see at the track at the Turf and Field Club, and number 3 looks like that kind of fella to me.
Okay, and we got a 3 show, and we're going down to Bill Cullen.
Isn't it funny when those 3 men walked out? I said number 3 looks like a man who writes and who has written for a living. And nothing happened to change my mind, so I stayed with it and voted for number 3.
Got a pair of 3s and Kitty Carlisle.
He may be a writer, but he's also a Turf and Field Club fellow.
Again, we have a massive movement coming up here, and how are you going to go?
I'm unanimous. I thought it was number 3. I went with him, too. He looks like the kind of a guy that you'd find hanging around.
Now, isn't that strange? Because we did not get one wrong answer from anybody, so everybody is going on looks and on instinct. The votes are in. Will the real Peter Chew please stand up?
Oh, my gracious.
See, some days you can't win for losing. Let's find out about our friends over here. Number 1, what is your real name, please, and what do you do?
My name is Charles Nicholas Spofford. I'm a banker in New York, and I live in Bedford, New York, with a wife, 4 children, and no horses.
Number 2, we'd like to know more about you. What is your real name? What do you do?
My name is Weston Emmert. I live in Demorest, New Jersey, and I'm an art director and staff artist with the advertising agency of Ogilvy and Mather.
Hey, good outfit. Mr. Chew, let me congratulate you not on a most informative book, not only most informative, also a magnificently produced thing. It's a very handsome book. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Right. I am from Maryland, and our state flower is the black-eyed Susan. I would like to correct the gentleman, however, who said that they're usually plastic, because I have been to some of the state functions in the state of Maryland and been given black-eyed Susans, which upon close examination turn out to be daisies with the center painted black, which is absolutely true. See you later, friends.
Kentucky Derby film courtesy of photographer Joe Burnham. This is Bill Wendell speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Hudson, Bill Cotton production.